Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin Today. We are diving deep into the history, mystery, and shocking market value of the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. Some rare examples have reportedly reached incredible values starting from $1.2 million depending on condition, rarity, and minting errors. So before you spend another penny, make sure you watch this entire video because the next coin we discuss could already be hiding inside your collection, piggy bank, or old family coin jar. The Lincoln cent has been part of American history for generations. First introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, this coin quickly became one of the most iconic coins ever produced in the United States. By 1975, millions of pennies were being minted every day, but among those ordinary coins, a few extraordinary examples slipped through the cracks. Now, let's talk about the no mint mark version. A 1975 penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, Philadelphia pennies typically carried no mint mark, making them appear common at first glance. However, collectors know that certain rare varieties and minting mistakes from Philadelphia can turn an ordinary-looking coin into a collector's dream. One of the biggest reasons this coin attracts attention is because of rare mint errors. Error coins are created when something unusual happens during the production process. These mistakes can include doubled letters, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or even coins struck on the wrong metal blanks. Some collectors have discovered 1975 Lincoln cents with doubled die errors where the lettering or date appears doubled under magnification. Others have found coins with unusual coloration, strike weakness, or dramatic misalignments. These rare mint mistakes are what separate a 1-cent coin from a life-changing collectible worth thousands or even millions. Condition also plays a massive role in value. Most 1975 pennies found in circulation are heavily worn and only worth face value. But if you find a coin in pristine mint state condition with full original red luster, the value can increase dramatically. Professional grading companies carefully examine these coins and assign grades based on preservation and quality. Coins graded MS67 or higher are extremely rare because most pennies from the 1970s entered circulation quickly and became damaged over time. A near-perfect example with a rare error combination can become the center of bidding wars among serious collectors. Now imagine combining a no mint mark penny with a major mint error and superb condition. That is where the legendary million-dollar discussions begin. Wealthy collectors are always searching for unique coins that few people own. When rarity meets demand, prices can skyrocket beyond imagination. Another important factor is copper composition. The 1975 Lincoln cent was still made primarily from copper, giving it that classic reddish-brown appearance collectors love. Many enthusiasts prefer older copper pennies because they feel heavier, more historic, and more valuable than modern zinc cents. Collectors often search through bankrolls and old coin jars hoping to discover rare varieties overlooked for decades. Stories continue to emerge about ordinary people finding valuable coins in unexpected places. Some coins have been discovered inside inherited collections, garage sales, antique stores, and even loose change from grocery stores. That possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every penny has the potential to tell a story. Every old coin could hold a hidden secret waiting to be discovered. If you think you may have a valuable 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin, there are several things you should inspect carefully. First, look closely at the date and lettering. Use a magnifying glass to search for doubling or unusual features. Next, examine the coin surface for errors such as cracks, missing details, or off-center strikes. Also pay attention to color. Brilliant red pennies are often more desirable than dark brown examples. The more original shine a coin retains, the higher its potential value. Avoid cleaning the coin because cleaning can permanently damage the surface and reduce collector interest. Weight can also reveal hidden surprises. Some rare error pennies were accidentally struck on incorrect planchets, creating unusual weights or colors. A small digital scale can help determine whether your coin matches standard specifications. Today, back in 1976, America was celebrating its bicentennial anniversary, and coin collectors across the country were paying close attention to every coin released that year. Even though the penny did not receive a special 1776 to 1976 design like the quarter and half dollar, the Lincoln 1-cent coin from 1976 became a hidden treasure for many collectors. The version with no mint mark was struck in Philadelphia, and billions entered circulation, making it common in everyday pocket change. But hidden among those billions were a few extraordinary examples that would later become highly desirable in the world of numismatics. At first glance, the coin looked simple. On the front, you see the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor D. Brenner. Above Lincoln appears the word Liberty, while the date 1976 sits to the right side. The phrase "Iron God We Trust" curves along the top edge. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly in the center with the words United States of America and 1 cent surrounding the design. What makes this specific coin interesting is the missing mint mark under the date. Many people mistakenly believe that no mint mark automatically means rare, but in reality, Philadelphia coins during that era usually had no mint mark at all. Still, collectors continue searching through old jars and coin rolls because some rare varieties have become extremely valuable. The biggest prizes come from coins with unusual minting errors or coins preserved in nearly perfect condition for decades. Certain examples with double die errors show noticeable doubling in the letters or numbers. Others may have off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or dramatic minting mistakes that make them unique. Error collectors are willing to pay strong money for these rare finds, especially when the coin is professionally graded and authenticated. One reason the 1976 penny attracts so much attention is because it was made from 95% copper. Modern pennies after 1982 switched mostly to zinc, making older copper cents more appealing to collectors. Many hobbyists save pre-1982 copper pennies because of their metal composition and historical value. The 1976 penny weighs around 3.11 grams and carries that classic heavy copper feel that modern coins lack. Now let's talk about value, because this is where excitement really begins. In circulated condition, most 1976 no-mint mark pennies are only worth face value or a few cents. Uncirculated examples with bright red color can sell for several dollars, while top-quality graded coins may reach hundreds or even thousands at auction. According to coin value guides, rare high-grade red examples certified in exceptional condition have achieved impressive prices in the collector market. Some online stories claim these coins are worth millions of dollars. While ordinary examples are not worth anywhere close to that amount, certain ultra-rare error coins and perfect condition specimens can command astonishing prices when collectors compete for ownership. Videos and online marketplaces have fueled excitement around these coins, inspiring people worldwide to check their spare change carefully. If you think you may have a valuable 1976 penny, there are several things to inspect closely. First, examine the color. Bright red pennies are generally worth more than brown or faded examples. Next, look carefully for unusual doubling in the lettering or date. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin's edges and surface for signs of minting mistakes. Also pay attention to overall condition. Coins without scratches, heavy wear, or discoloration usually attract stronger prices from collectors. Today we are diving into one of the most talked about coins among collectors, the legendary 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin. Some rare examples have shocked collectors with values climbing toward $1,200 and even much higher for extraordinary error varieties and top-graded pieces. Before you spend another penny, watch this video carefully because the next coin you find could become a hidden treasure. The 1979 Liberty 1 cent coin belongs to the famous Lincoln Memorial cent series. On the front of the coin, you will see the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln along with the word Liberty and the year 1979. On the back appears the Lincoln Memorial Building with the words 1 cent and United States of America. Millions of these coins were produced during 1979, but only a tiny number. Now here is where things become very interesting. Many people become confused when they hear the phrase no mint mark. A 1979 penny without a mint mark was struck in Philadelphia. That is normal for many United States pennies from that time period. However, collectors still search for no mint mark coins because certain rare error versions and high-grade examples can become extremely valuable. At the same time, the 1979 D penny was minted in Denver and carries a small D below the date. Some collectors mix up the two versions because worn or damaged mint marks can disappear over time. That is why examining your coin carefully under bright light is very important. One major reason collectors love the 1979 penny is its copper composition. Unlike modern zinc pennies, the 1979 cent was made with 95% copper. This gives the coin a heavier and richer appearance that collectors appreciate. But condition is everything in the coin collecting world. A heavily circulated 1979 penny may only be worth a few cents. However, a brilliant uncirculated example with full red color and sharp details can explode in value. Some top-graded coins have sold for thousands of dollars at auction because they are extremely difficult to find in perfect condition. Imagine discovering one in your old piggy bank. Now let us talk about the rare errors that make collectors go crazy. One of the most famous is the doubled die obverse error. On these coins, parts of the lettering and numbers appear doubled because of a mistake during the die creation process. Collectors search carefully around the word Liberty and the date for strong doubling effects. These rare pieces can bring enormous prices depending on their condition. Another valuable variety is the RPM, which stands for repunched mint mark. During the 1970s, mint marks were punched into dies by hand. Sometimes the mint worker accidentally punched the mark more than once, creating visible doubling around the letter D. These coins are highly collectible among error hunters. Collectors also hunt for die cracks, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and filled mint mark errors. While not every error is valuable, some unusual examples can command impressive prices from serious collectors. Now here comes the exciting part everybody waits for. How much is a rare 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin actually worth today? Common circulated examples may only sell for 1 cent to a few dollars, but uncirculated coins in mint state grades can rise dramatically in value. Some rare high-grade no-mint mark examples have sold for thousands at auction. Special error coins with dramatic doubling or rare mint mistakes can reach prices from hundreds to several $1,000s depending on rarity and certification. This is why collectors inspect every penny carefully. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1984 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark, a coin that many people still spend every day without realizing its hidden value. Before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another rare coin discovery. Now let's get started. The 1984 Lincoln Memorial Cent was produced during an important period in American coin history. By the early 1980s, the United States Mint had already changed the composition of pennies due to rising copper prices. Prior to 1982, pennies were mostly made of copper, but after the change, they became primarily zinc with a thin copper coating. The 1984 penny was struck in massive numbers, but not every coin was created equal. Some coins contain rare minting errors, while others survived in nearly perfect condition, making them extremely desirable among collectors. The no-mint mark version of the 1984 penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that era, Philadelphia pennies typically carried no mint mark, which means millions were released into circulation. However, rarity is not always about mintage numbers. Sometimes it comes down to condition, striking quality, and unusual mint errors. One of the most famous varieties connected to the 1984 Lincoln cent is the doubled ear error. This remarkable error occurs when the design on Lincoln's ear appears doubled because of a mistake during the die creation process. Collectors often call this coin the double ear penny. If you look closely under magnification, you may notice a second earlobe clearly visible behind Lincoln's ear. This small detail transformed an ordinary penny into one of the most searched modern error coins in America. Collectors have paid hundreds and even thousands of dollars for authentic examples of this error. In extremely high grades, these coins can command incredible prices at auction. Imagine finding a single penny in your pocket change that could be worth more than a month's salary. That is exactly why coin roll hunters and collectors continue searching through boxes of pennies every single day. Now let's talk about condition, because condition is everything in the coin collecting world. A heavily worn 1984 penny may only be worth face value unless it contains a rare error. But a coin graded in mint state condition can become significantly more valuable. Professional grading services evaluate coins based on their preservation, strike quality, luster, and surface marks. Coins graded MS65, MS66, or higher are highly sought after because very few survive in near-perfect condition after decades in circulation. Some elite examples with blazing red surfaces and almost flawless preservation have sold for astonishing amounts. The color designation also matters greatly. Collectors categorize Lincoln cents into 3 primary groups. Brown coins show heavy aging and oxidation. Red-brown coins still retain some original mint color. Red coins display vibrant original copper brilliance and are the most valuable. A stunning 1984 no-mint mark penny with a full red appearance and sharp details can attract intense bidding from serious collectors. Now here is where things become even more exciting. Error coins from 1984 are among the hottest areas of modern coin collecting. Besides the famous double ear variety, collectors also search for off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and dramatic misalignments. These minting mistakes occurred during production and escaped quality control before entering circulation. Every error coin tells a unique story from the minting process. An off-center strike may show part of the design missing. A clipped planchette appears with a section cut away from the coin. Die cracks create raised lines across the surface. And dramatic doubling can make inscriptions appear duplicated. The rarer and more visible the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some collectors specialize only in Lincoln cent errors because of the enormous variety available. The 1984 penny has become especially popular because the doubled ear variety is easy enough for beginners to identify while still being rare enough to hold strong market demand. This combination creates the perfect storm for collector interest. Now let's discuss value. Most ordinary circulated 1984 no-mint mark pennies are worth only 1 cent. However, coins in exceptional uncirculated condition may sell for several dollars or even much more depending on grade. The famous doubled ear variety can sell for hundreds of dollars in lower mint state grades. In top certified condition, market values can begin around $1,200 and continue climbing dramatically for elite examples with strong eye appeal. Auction records have proven that collectors are willing to pay massive premiums for the finest known specimens. That is why checking your old pennies carefully could potentially lead to an incredible discovery. So how can you identify a valuable 1984 Liberty 1 cent coin? First, check the date carefully. Second, confirm there is no mint mark beneath the date. Third, examine Lincoln's ear under magnification for signs of doubling. Fourth, inspect the coin for unusual errors or striking abnormalities.